And welcome back, ladies and gents, to Steam Prism Beyond the Steam. This once more man, Bob Mob, Doc Wildcard. Welcome you back. Cyrus here, the star character. She has just said about how she first met Sir INES when she was a little kid, and I still find it surprising because he seems at most maybe 5 years older than her. So it doesn't really make sense to me that he would have been a cop when she was a little kid. Huh. This will be interesting to see how this goes. Still in my way, such we after. Always faithful. That's really cool. Because that's what the Marines, the United States Marines motto is Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis in full. It's off the surface of Semper Fi, and that's what it means. It means always faithful. So I think that's a serving people. My job is as an officer. Don't need anything. That's what it's words. Wow, it's hard to believe you grew up to be under my command. Well, it works in mysterious ways. Yes, it really does. It's a little embarrassing now, how you were the one I looked up to, but it's still celebrating at the same time. Last week I still hurt, so I don't do anything I'm becoming like police officers privacy lines. Tomorrow you can really be more yourself up. There you go. The look on Nell's face. I happen to be very mature. I'm sure you would believe. I'm flawless, talented, beautiful, and smart. Fame and riches to boot. As I said, eccentric. Yes. I think I began to understand over. Rick is, as I shortened his name to, Elf Pro, though at times he finds him to be a bit of a pain, as Rick finds El to be a bit of a pain. That's awesome. The next morning, I had woken up early and was taking a stroll through the garden. Is that? Good morning, Sir Hans. Oh, it's you. I'm so sorry, you caught me in the middle of a yawn. Do you have trouble sleeping last night? Maybe you could. I'm used to the cold room at work, but soft bed doesn't agree with me. What about you? Did you sleep well? Yes, play. You could help. If you need help with anything at all, just let me know. I can work hard enough to be both of us. I'll be fine. Sachs would never let me hear the end of it if a little sleep deprivation stopped me. Don't worry about me. Just do whatever you need to do. I still can't believe you're that same girl. It's just a curious feeling. How many years has it been now? Oh, okay then. I gotcha. It was 7 years ago. I was 13 at the time. Maybe I thought she was like a youngin'. Well, 13 is young, but I thought she was maybe at 7, maybe even just 6. 13. What's wrong? Just a shock to realize you were only 13 7 years ago. That means you're 20 now, so we're 11 years apart. Wow. You almost told my mother. Oh, damn. No, never really thought that, because was this the case? Because I imagine that I would be hurt hearing that kind of thing. Especially if I was trying to court a lady. I always knew you were older than me, but I never could have thought you actual age. 11 years difference. That means you have a lot more experience. I hope I can learn from you. I don't know if that experience is worth anything, but I suppose you're right. He's just one gap that's impossible to close. At least I can work hard to be a good example. You're already a wonderful role model. The harder you work, the more distance you're going to put between us. Yeah, even if I do, I know you're diligent enough to catch up. Yes, I will someday. Interesting. I wonder what that's all about. Once we all finished breakfast, we loaded ourselves into a carriage at the front of the estate. The next day, 3 hours was spent just making our way to the edge of the depths. Hey, Elcrete, I see the fog. Yes, I see it too. And how do we plan to cross again? Simply cut straight through. Everyone hold on tight. Hey-ya! So, look inside cloud. I've never been a fog like this before. You too, St. You? It's an honor to serve as your spears for you. We get fog all the time in Liberia leaders, but it's nothing like this. We're finally here. This is so exciting. Interesting. Whoop, my bad. There we are. Yeah, please be careful. Seems like it would be. Yeah. Sometimes the horse is too fast. Please be careful, Creed. Yes, I agree. I'm also concerned about the horse's stamina. You've got nothing to worry about. These are the best horses in all of the reviews. Plus, they're very abundant. If anything, lowering our speed would be a more dangerous proposition. You don't want to see up just where you can't see it, you? That's a point. Attacked? By who? Who could say? Perhaps wild animals, indigenous people. Always before to imagine anything, but we can't rule out the possibility. Getting through the fog is our top priority, even if we have to push a little harder. This fog isn't going to be easy to break through after all. You're assuming it's impossible. Of course it's possible. Part has already made it to the other side. Then again, maybe our land route differs significantly from the air route they took. Everyone's strong cats continue through a bad waste on standard ground. The fog was so dense we couldn't even see anything. Then the sound of the exit of the horse's hooves and the cows rolling over the ground. All I could see is white. Yes, I hope the poor Elizabeth isn't go bowing blindly over the cliff or anything. There's this such a thing she could keep to herself. I know, right? Indeed. My apologies. Time seems to stop as we move to the end of this fog. All we could do is keep going forward. Even if I listen closely, it was as if the fog absorbed all the same ground, leaving behind an unsettling silence. But don't worry, I know we'll make it through eventually. The only question is what's going to happen between now and then. Confidence in Elcrate's voice topped Fireman's knees. Horses continue racing through the blinding whiteness. After several more hours, the fog slammed its starting thing. We could see it beginning to clear in the distance, giving us hope we were making progress. Just a bit further, Cyrus. We're almost through the fog. Carriage continued moving steadily toward the scenery on the horizon. Both of us eagerly awaited our emergence on the other side. All at once we could see it came. As a mist gave way, a landscape beyond imagination spread before us. Ah! Carriage seemed suddenly screeching halt. After a scream as the carriage lurched suddenly, it was a terrifying experience. moment later, Elsie's voice cut their attention. Everything is fine, but please remain perfectly still. Cat stopped just in time. A deep ravine stretched out down the steep cliff in front of us. It was a precarious situation. One more step would have sent us tumbling into the abyss below. That was a close one. Is everyone okay? This reminds me of the Oregon Trail, or rather the Oregon Trail 2 back in the day. It had stuff like this, like steep ravines and such, and you could attempt to ford the rivers, or caulk the wagons afloat, or you could get help from Native Americans to guide you across. Those were cool times back in the 90s, before I knew about everything that plays on the country. But we only have to get rid of taxes now. That's the only thing we have to get rid of now. Yes, thank goodness for quick reflexes. Sorry for scaring you all after death. Would you look at that view? So we hop out and take a break? That's fine with me. Seems like a good place for a quick rest. I slowly climbed down from the carriage. Pleasant breeze kissed my skin and I planted my feet on the ground. Let's get a good look at this. Cool. Is there any more to it? Nice. The view of the valley beneath the cliff was incredible. It left me feeling invigorated. They all gazed down the silence as if overwhelmed by the natural splendor of this landscape before us. I had no idea it would be this beautiful on the other side. Beyond the sheer seemingly boundless chasm sits a vast and abundant land. My body tingled with excitement as I discovered a brand new world. A canyon, more like a grand canyon this size. What's a canyon? Massive mountains will not count off the landscape like this. I know little about them, but I've never seen one this big. It's breathtaking. Nature possesses more power and beauty than we could possibly imagine. Such like this make you realize how small and we truly are. St. Ian's expression was gentle as he finished speaking, as if it was touched by the majesty of it all. The great surrounds also gazed down a canyon of wonder. This feels like the perfect moment to take a break, unpack some food, and enjoy our lovely city. You don't mind stopping? I find myself grumbling for some reason, and we could all use a breather. The horses and us both. Let's try and take some time to plan our next steps. He follows our streets as and decided to rest for a bit. Wind blew gently as if welcoming us. And so we resumed our journey, leading our way through the canyon. The path up the top of the cliff was steep. Progress was slow. Horses' hooves in the crack and the creaking of the carriage combined created a peculiar rhythm. It's almost like it's time to accompany our travels. Continued like that day in and day out. We all had different thoughts and feelings on our minds. The one thing we shared was the sense of anticipation of the unknown lay ahead. After several days, we finally made it up to the other side, only to be greeted by another wall of fog. More fog? Desert must be just beyond. We should keep moving. As the carriage progressed deeper and deeper into the mist, the texture of the ground beneath us steadily began to change. Cold and damp slowly fades, the air gets my teeth turned dry. Even the smell of the mud rising up from the ground placed by a mild breeze that blew in from the distance. I think we've just about entered the desert. You should probably set your eyes protected from the sand. Yes, sandstorms can create serious damage. Understood. I'm ready. I'm ready too. Carriage continued its progress, moving ever forward. I could see the fog fading against my skin, the air clearing in my nose, the sound of the wind changing in my ears. All at once I felt myself bombarded by a million tiny particles. It was different from the fog, something else dry. The wind was picking up, and each time it gusted I felt more and more bits of sand against my skin. Eventually my sense of the fog disappeared completely. My whole body was enveloped by a warm breeze. That moment I knew we had left the fog behind into the desert. Oh shoot. I was so overwhelmed by the environment's transformation I forgot to keep my eyes shut. Oh jeez. All of a sudden I stung. Swaying, swirling all around me, combined with my vision loss, made my heart race with anxiety. Are you alright, Cyrus? Try to let your jaws this slowly. Right. How are you doing, Alfred? I'm managing well enough. Whoa there, easy now. I could finally see again. My anxiety was instantly replaced by belief and curiosity. Alfred was hopped out of the carriage and I felt surveying my surroundings. So this is a desert. There's nothing to say that. That's just an astute observation. Let's see what that does. If that does it. Oh, okay. Well, that interesting. I wasn't sure if that would do anything or not. And I find it interesting because, all right, yeah. Well, she says something there. Yeah. This is how she puts saying. Yes, I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't expecting this. It seems that source of wardrobe couldn't have been more inappropriate. I was referred to this. Damn, this robe is something like. This is no time for your jokes. He is making it hard to breathe. Sometimes the air turns frigid at night, but I find that supposedly the air turns frigid at night, but I find it hard to believe. It's the truth, though. All I couldn't lied in his report. Excellent point. Wouldn't went to him to go as an information broker. Saying this time, where do we go from here? This carriage was made for traveling through the desert. Indeed, that's why we're going to have someone pick us up. You mean Ulrich? That would be an ideal scenario, but I'm not optimistic. There isn't anywhere that can specify it as a rendezvous point, and it's explicitly instructs us to find our own way here. I'm doing that because that's what his letter says, Rex, and I'm using the same voice I used for Jeremy because that's what Molly had done in her playthrough. Jeremy from the X-Ray Asker Drop was. I just felt that the voice that she used for Jeremy and also for Rick worked perfectly because Jeremy was very sour type, and so is Rick. So I'm using the same voice. I'll put the link to extra in the description. That's military for XOXO, by the way. That seems harsh. It's love. Love and trust. His confidence isn't big. It only hits a little bit. So it tells her, that's just over. He never does things the easy way. He always wants to fight. Now everyone please cover your ears. Alfred said before minute Luke. there away from the catch for a few paces. Seemed to have tough time walking somewhere through with each step. What on earth are you? Before I could finish the question, gunshot rattled my eardrums. Then a second and a third, he was firing to the air. Without hesitation, he fired for a fourth, fifth, and sixth shot. Finally out of pulse, he lowered his arms back to face us. A satisfied smile spread across his face. I may have got a little carried away in my English 3 at as usual, I wasn't following his logic. The sound, it signifies where one is. Honestly, there was the last words your eyes finally spoke up. Was that a signal? Precisely. Unfortunately, there's no telling who I just called. I understand they don't have guns here, so anyone curious might. Oh, look. Someone's already on the way. Looked to the house, we was pointing a tiny tusk in the distance. Several riders were posting on the fast, four-legged animals not quite like horses. Unless I was thinking, those looked like soldiers armed with curved swords. Indeed, I'm pretty sure I said this about this in the previous playthrough, route of this playthrough. I'm not sure though, I can't believe I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, curved swords are actually more effective than broadswords. It was a thing I learned at the Renaissance Fair. Something I suppose I should have known, should have been just basic logic. Because of their curved design, they're able to cut through more than a straight blade would, because that gets stuck, whereas a curve allows one to cut through anything with much more ease. What's it coming to attack us? There's no need to get You too, hon. You both may be skilled fighters, but diplomacy is not your strong suit. Just let me handle this. Stand back and watch the master work. Who are you? What are you doing here? We are but humble travelers from beyond the hot fog. Our destination is K-Naval, but as you can see, we've become stranded. I sat on my nose fakers and hoped that someone might come to our aid, and here you are. What blessed fortune. We're enormously grateful to run into. What do we do? They seem to be discussing how to deal with us. The gods teach us the righteous travelers are like the great river. If we have struck them, our country will wither. Considering the direction you've come from, they should be safe. But who's going to take responsibility if something happens? Don't look at me. I can hear everything they're saying. What sort of training do these soldiers receive? Is that the former Hounds officer and you talking? Yes, and the current police officer. If only you had someone to prove who we are. Well, who we support. That wouldn't be impossible. If we let them see it, there's a chance we might take their spots. We'll be taking a risk. He has a point there. Agreed. These soldiers seem rare enough as it is. Guess the more we claim our innocence, the more suspicious we might appear. Then finally, one of the soldiers approached us and spoke. Still one. Yeah, I didn't look this up. It didn't seem to mean anything. I guess this is something that was made up specifically for this game. Usually I use secret research. With nerds I never heard before. Let's over St. Union, he placed his head, his head sadly. I don't seem to understand either. What does that mean? Do they not know? Or they just pretend not to know? No, there's so much reaction. Man to pub hitchman must level headed right outside the bushes of the soldiers' retreat. You don't seem to be from Grendel. What is beyond the fog green? Just as it sounds, I came from a country that lies on the other side of the fog. As you can see, our clothes and equipment are quite different from yours. Is it really that hard to believe? Would you like more definitive proof? Just ask, I'll be happy to show it. But only to someone who worked out this valid. Please take us to your king. Who does this traveler think he is? My proposal is in all their best interests. Whether you grant us passage or not, this decision will come with ramifications. So now I would appeal to a higher authority. Wouldn't it be easier to place the responsibility on someone else's shoulders? He has a point there. Our duty here is to defend our borders and serve as kind-hearted righteous servants. Bring human eyes to us so we can trust you. But that isn't my call to make. Take you as far as the palace as you requested. What does that mean? Whatever happens next is in their hands. Remember, yours for this still could cry me if things don't go the way you imagine. Follow me on foot and bring your horses with you. I'll have a separate detachment come to collect your things. Thank you. I can't tell you what a help this is. We're going to make St. Ewan walk? It's alright. Only so it's very far. No problem with it. Maybe it's my imagination, but there seems to be a lot of tension in the air. Perhaps it's because we're outsiders. That brings back memories. For the longest time, I would receive a similar welcome whenever I was invited to visit the Heights. Someone to welcome is awfully generous. It's all about how you think and speak. Time marches endlessly upward. Negative feelings will keep you trapped in the past unless you invent yourself to optimism. We finally arrived. The designation, the turbulent wind. Hehe, this is starting to get interesting. Despite the sun on Dash's days for the Valkyrie's proposal, we somehow been granted access to K-Mabel. As the soldiers surrounded us, we were led to the palace. My curiosity was roused by sights and beyond anything I could imagine. I find myself unable to settle. I'm reminded of the Sanctuary District. Really? Are they that similar? It's lifeless and humid here, and the sky is always cloudy. Make direct comparison, two places couldn't be more different. Smell worth is the same. At least to me. Maybe it's not the same at all. If Sachs were here, I could ask his opinion. Would you come here if you asked him to? I'd rather you didn't. Just complain under the spell of the heat of the sand. I can picture it. We got to the building where the king lived, the palace. The air was cold inside and heavy, completely unlike the bustling town. I felt indescribable tension. The temple was quiet in the surrounding city too, but not like this. The king is just up ahead. Please show him the respect he deserves. Yes, of course. It's an honor to be granted nowadays so quickly. And our building tends to keep people waiting for days on end as if they're job or something. Your leader is clearly more discerning, much like myself. I'm sorry. I can be a bit boastful at times. At times. Well, let's go and prove to the king we have nothing to hide. Excuse me, Your Highness. I brought the individuals you spoke of. Actually. So he's the king. This whole room seems to reflect his majesty. I throne the sound of him towered over everything. Man, see, it scarcely seemed human. All the pillars stretching out all the way to the center support throne behind, each dome with delicate golden ornamentation. There was a row of soldiers stationed in the room, They made a tent. The bronze arm was engraved with representation of the various gods and the authority of the king was apparent in its unique brilliance. The servants bowed in the direction of the throne to show their respect to the king. Each was dressed in brightly colored robes that complemented the colors of the room. They stood proudly with their soldiers back, wearing jewelry intricately decorated with precious stones. The nation of King Noble itself, its people, and its history were all on display in one room. But the king was at the center of all, trying to get everything else. His presence commanded attention. I could tell he was there as a symbol of the nation. But why is there only one? All reports since they had two kings here. Maybe the situation didn't want both of them present. Maybe it's because we showed up unannounced. Elkridge was the first to break the silence. Displaying the utmost confidence, he looked directly at the throne and gave a real smile.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, King Dream. I'm Elkridge Valentine, humble wanderer. I detest lies. Speak the truth, Cashrock. Oh, but I do. In this nation of King Abel, I am a mere vagrant. But indeed, I also represent the country from beyond the fog. Our advance party is greatly indebted to you, King Dream. I've brought gifts to express my gratitude. Please do me the honor of accepting this.
Elkridge lowered his satchel full of food and took his time opening for dramatic effect. Then he pulled out
a tea set? Correct. However, there's something that makes this one particularly unique. I could throw it against the floor like this, yet it remains intact. There's a marvelous type of tableware that can be used safely by anyone, from a toddling infant to a clumsy individual like myself. In Liberties, that's the region I manage. It can be found in any home purchased free at the INES shop. If you desire, I'm prepared to share the manufacturer's prices for you, as long as certain conditions are met. I happen to think it holds much more appeal that if you're shuffling jewels, you would just as soon slip away. What do you think? Impressive. Make arrangements for these outstyles you did, for our small love fails to divide. And what's there? And as for you all. A moment, if I may, Kindred. Considering this opportunity, would you spend a bit more time speaking with us?
Elkridge.
Don't you think it's strange that I've only introduced myself? Not to mention, you display a great deal of talent for strangers who only told you his name. But I suppose you might display quite busy, so I'll get right down to business. I said every one of my titles would be here for 1,001 nights. Nice! 1,001 nights. That's a take on, from what I understand, that was the original Arabian Nights thing. Just like in this country, this is apparently an Arabian Nights type thing. In which was a thing in which a lady was trying to save herself as well as all the other women being executed by entertaining a king with a new story each night. Because the king was very much a tyrant, he would have a woman for one night and then have her executed. But she devised a plan to keep herself and everyone else alive by having a new story for him each night. So I'll spare you 90% of them until you survive the toxicity. And this is Saint Ewan, a revered individual who is regarded as an object of worship by a great many of our people. That's just a sign of introduction. It's just an object of worship. You mean a living god?
No, no God. I was even once, but I'm just welcome. I don't know what to do. It's not my intent to get involved in this country's affairs, so I appreciate it if we don't talk about me any further. Rather want to be responsible for anything.
Yes, what is it? Who should I introduce next? Yeah, I know. This fine young man is Heinrich Hein, a police officer. In this country, I believe you call them soldiers. Heinz Heinrich is his given name, and Hein is his family name. You didn't have much to say for me, did you? I'm Heinz Heinrich Hein. Why do you have a soldier with you? For personal protection. I'm certain you could agree that it's dangerous to travel unarmed. By the way, Cyrus here is also one of our guards. A female soldier.
Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see what this does. Oh, interesting. Interesting indeed. He also has a thing that goes up to this King Dream. I remember his brother did as well. Ha! I should speak for myself. Indeed, Your Highness, people look at me, often overlook me where I come from, but this merely gives me advantage over my opponents. My name is Sachsen Stella, rather accomplished sword fighting.
Our occupations are restricted by guns in your country?
Well, I'm not well versed in our nation's politics, so I can't say for certain. I believe people can do anything they set their minds to.
Indeed, they can.
That said, my field is mostly dominated by men.
I see. Never heard of such a custom. How interesting. That concludes our introductions. If there's anything I can clarify for you, I'm prepared to answer whatever questions you may have, Kitri. I have none. I see. Well, in that case, I have one. Actually, three, if you would indulge me. Question 1. Is the alliance with King Dream actually possible? Additionally, will we be able to reunite with our advanced party? No to both.
That's not good.
I see. Might I inquire as to the reason? I can't say I'm surprised, but I would like to know the details. You talk too much. This one forgets himself. No matter. They'll matter. They'll find out sooner or later, so it's best not to hide it. King Givard is currently receiving medical treatment following an attack by an unknown assailant. Countrymen are being held as suspects. Dealing with them is impossible at the moment. Bringing unnecessary suspicion upon yourselves would hinder your expedition, would it not? Do not worry. You are all astronaut of your stream. You will be treated as honored guests. I believe that is what you want. Wonderful. Last question. What is in the Osaka face? I probably butchered that. Where did you hear that? The soldiers just came to our aid and the desert spoke them towards us. They seem to be fishing for reaction. Is the pencil of some kind? That phrase is slanderous in the language of another country. Be wise not to repeat it, unless you want to bring misfortune upon yourselves. Understood. That information is greatly appreciated. This is a living area. It serves as its own camp space. After 10 prepared private rooms for each of you here. From left to right, you have been assigned to Master Yoon, Master Elkey, Master Irons, Lady Cyrus. They have assigned rooms? There are decals with change of clothes that we prepared for each of you inside. You may all get your suit convenience. Thank you so much for that hospitality. I have a tendency to attract negative attention no matter what I do, but I truly hope to avoid causing problems while in the country. One last thing. In accordance with Chief Vice orders, your activities are to be severely restricted inside the palace. Specifically, your access is limited to private quarters, the courtyard, your restored within the quarters leading outside the palace grounds. Should you desire an audience with King Chief, please inform the nearest palace worker. You might not let request you immediately, but the king will be informed. You can move freely outside the palace. However, please refrain from making public statements relating to the king's situation. I will take my leave now. Of course. Thank you so much for showing us around. I see the palace is so tense. Everyone's still on his following the attack on the king. As these prize things on my chaotic. The attack on the nation's leaders is a serious matter. The people found out the birds take a life of their own to tear the country apart. I wonder if they tried to keep it quiet so they settle out predictably. I thought it was strange they gave us just a verbal warning. But there kept people watching us. You're probably right. We should be careful what we say if we don't lose their trust. So what are we going to do now? Whatever we do, we should change our clothes first. So I'll get ready and group here. I've been waiting for you, Lady Cyrus. Actually, that's going to be the end of this chapter, ladies and gentlemen. To keep this from getting too long. So if you don't want to, please consider subscribing. I'll sit back fairly well.